about to tune into Unapologetically Daphnique podcast.
You cannot see your feet. You know what?
Yeah.
Not you trying to be in competition with my other podcast members.
Hey, look, because me and Trey, you know what I'm saying? I know Trey, you know, he'll rock some fire-ass sneakers, you know?
You can't see them.
Yeah, and then they had me in socks. Like, I can't be...
A lot of y'all socks be dirty as hell. That's why I crop them out.
Oh, yeah. Nah, my socks, I make sure to have clean socks at all times because you never know when you have to take your shoes off in someone's house in L.A. Everyone's Japanese in L.A.
Oh, that's facts.
Everyone be Japanese.
But I feel like growing up black, people took their shoes off.
I think to an extent, yeah. I mean, it's like, it depends on whose black house you were at. Some people's house, they didn't care about their carpet. That thing was flat.
Carpet was dirty.
Dirty as hell. Gum
Carpet looked like Kevin Durant's hair.
You were better keeping your shoes on their street style carpet.
Yeah. Especially when they lived in the hood.
Yeah, exactly. So
kids done spilled anything,
everything.
Just come on that carpet.
Every flavor of cum and Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid stain.
Kool-Aid stains.
Remember back in the day, you could use Kool-Aid packets to actually dye your hair.
I didn't know that. That's
hilarious. So what did it do to our insides?
Oh, definitely got some tropical punch in my liver right now. Probably.
Oh,
definitely. Oh, that's wild.
Whatever color. Yeah, I remember one time I used a Kool-Aid pack and it dyed my hair red.
Are you serious? How long did it stay in?
Dead ass serious. I don't remember. I was young. Damn. But yeah, it dyed it.
I got to do a video on that then.
Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah,
just do it on the test on your edges.
Yeah. Just the edges.
Yeah, you got a kid. I feel like you can test stuff like that on your kids.
That's true. Well, yeah.
You ever see makeup not tested on animals? I'm like, well, who the hell did y'all test it on? Humans?
Definitely, their children, their own or their family members.
Yeah,
that's how they did that.
Back in the day, that's how people tested things. You just tested on the kids. That's why people had 9 kids. So you had the test bunny kid over there.
They had kids. So if one didn't make it, they're like, all right, we still got 8 more.
We still got 8 more. We good.
Right, let's try out this bubonic plague vaccine.
One kid, you let him go out into the world to the grocery store, catch COVID, and leave him in the barn. Yeah, you know what I mean, with the horses.
In a barn though?
Yeah, just in a barn.
Yeah, I watched this one documentary the other day. It's called "Died Suddenly."
It's so many documentaries, and they so good. I don't like ones that's a real slow though. How was this one?
This one was cool. It was about the vaccine and just like they were finding some stuff in people's heart and everything.
Yeah,
these big old clots in people's and they were
because of the vaccine.
Yeah,
so the recent one or just vaccines that we've been taking our whole life.
No, the recent one. And so it was like some wild shit because this thing released in 2022. So, you know, that was just data collected, obviously, from 2020 into 2022.
Yeah, but people don't even know COVID was patent back in the early 2000s. So they've known about the actual virus for quite a bit of time. So you don't think they've been researching on the virus prior to epidemic?
Of course, the pandemic or whatever. But
what's the difference from a pandemic and a...
Pandemic is global. Epidemic is like local. It's like the United States.
Well, if I was in the United States and it happened, it was epidemic.
Yeah, but everyone else was feeling it too. So
it was
you were part of a pandemic. Yeah. But anyways, the thing's called died suddenly.
P.
And they say if you type in died suddenly on Google, it was showing all these articles of all these people died suddenly. You know? So that's kind of why I guess they called the documentary that.
That's actually pretty cool.
And you can't really find it on too many platforms. Like I had to kind of like really scrape the web to watch it. I'll send you the link after.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Documentary I saw recently was OJ
versus the People.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was
Is that a new one?
No, I thought it was new, and I was like, "Yo, why would they do this after OJ died? That is so dumb." And then actually, they did it in 2016. So OJ was very much alive when the documentary came out.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Man.
Chloe's daddy, Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah, that I saw. I kind of watched that, but then also it's the algorithm that they got going. Because OJ passed, so Netflix knows what they're doing.
They refloated
like,
it.
Who died? You know? Oh yeah, let's push their stuff to the top.
Yeah, let's talk about him. That's kind of disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I did an OJ joke yesterday too.
Oh, what was it?
Oh man, it's doing well now. I say, man, all I remember being a kid and watching that Bronco chase. I remember it came on every news channel. They just switched it. Whatever you was watching. Cut it off so you could watch this Ford Bronco being chased by these police cars. And I read that 95 million people tuned in to that pursuit. 95 million, not 9 million, not 10. $95 million. And this was during Game 5 of the NBA Finals, the Houston
when they
Rockets
cut the game
versus the New York Knicks. Yeah. And I said, look, I don't know if OJ did it or not, but I do know that Ford missed a marketing opportunity with that fucking.
That's a
you know
fact.
What I'm saying? All them people tuned in. It should have said the Ford Bronco. Want to get away with it? You know?
With it. That the comeback is crazy. Yeah, with it.
So I did that. That's been doing well.
I'm starting to realize, I don't know if you saw this, but they saying OJ might have not even done it.
I did see something.
They said something about it was a serial killer loose.
Yeah.
And the serial killer was actually what was the wife's name?
Nicole Brown.
Nicole Brown's actually her maintenance man. And he admitted to the murder.
That's so wild, yo.
They still want to say it's OJ, but they said OJ might have asked him to do it. But I'm like, what did the serial killers come up to OJ and be like, hey man, I'm a really big fan of yours.
They're just doing
FYI, I'm a serial killer. Yeah. And if you need a killing, just let me know, bro. I got you. Yeah. Like, how did they build a relationship in the foundation for OJ to even be like, yo, I need you to kill my wife because you already a serial killer? Did OJ find evidence? Was it like OJ already found out that this man was a killer? It's like some part of that don't make sense. That part of the storyline I don't like. But I do kind of see that it might have been this man who admitted to the murder. And they said it never made news outlets, and he ended up going to jail for other murders, and he admitted to that one. And
that's the thing. I mean, I think it's funny, too, just the whole idea of...
They said it just wasn't been a good media
Silly killers doing cold calls. That's funny as hell.
What?
Like hey, I just wanted to send my resume over. Didn't know if you guys were hiring or looking for any help with anything.
Yeah, like, hey, I know you need some maintenance. OJ, I'm a really big fan.
If you need a murder done, I also...
I do maintenance work and I do murder. And
I graduated from DeVry.
Yeah, and you don't want me to kill the kids, right? Okay, kids,
cool.
They can stay alive. All right,
okay,
cool.
No problem. But yeah, I think that it's interesting that you when you confess something in jail, I feel like you're telling the real truth. Like
the real truth. You ain't got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Yeah. Like you're not going to go to more jail.
But what if he did it so he could be famous and it just didn't work?
Well, if that's the
because
case,
nobody talked about that this man could have possibly been a suspect in Nicole Brown's murder.
I mean, if he's going
and other guys,
I should just say that the Gen Z won't know. I say, I killed Nicole Brown. They won't know.
First of all, they'll be like, "Who is Nicole Brown?"
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't know. They think it's some.
What's her name? Nicole Simpson.
Well, I think
she was married to him.
I think she,
where we get the Brown from?
I don't know. Maybe that's her.
I feel like you just made that up.
No, her name is Nicole Brown. I could check the internet right now. Let me check the internet. And we just want to guess.
We're gonna let the listeners tell us whether or not she was wrong. Yeah. I like Nicole Simpson better.
Nicole Simpson. I think it's Nicole Simpson.
It's crazy because I didn't even know OJ's career at all. Like, I didn't find out about OJ until he actually went to court.
Like the fact that he was all like a football legend.
Yeah,
and all that.
Like I didn't know that.
He was in those Naked Gun movies too. Did you ever see the
Was
Naked Gun?
Was he naked?
No, he wasn't naked. It has nothing to do with porn, Daphne.
Okay.
It's just those movies.
Sound like a porn name, though.
It probably is, but the one I'm referring to is Leslie Nielsen.
Naked Gun.
Leslie Nielsen, O.J. Simpson, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My phone ringing. Is that O.J.?
Yeah, I'm going to need you. Yeah, that's probably O.J.
Oh, it's an important number. 323s.
Yeah. I'm going to need you not to do that on the podcast.
We'll get to that later. Yeah. That was weird. But yeah, I think that...
you can tell when somebody don't get calls too often. You seem too excited to answer that.
Well, I was a child too, so you never know.
That might be the rudest thing I've ever seen somebody do.
Just pick up the phone?
If your child is sick, I think he can wait another 30 minutes to the podcast.
I thought it was going to add some texture to the podcast. To know that we're just real people hanging out.
Nah, we ain't that real.
We being real.
It's just like if you on set, you can't have your phone.
I don't have my shoes on. You don't have your shoes. You don't even have socks on.
Oh, they can't see that though.
I'm telling them, she got her toes painted red. She's got some Japanese on her foot.
Shut up.
That's some kind of tattoo.
Now it sounds like you got a foot fetish.
I don't have no foot fetish.
Somebody said that I might have been a victim of, when I was a kid, of a woman who had a foot fetish.
A victim?
Yeah. I didn't even know I was a victim.
Was she trying to
So my granddaddy had this, no, she wasn't trying to touch my feet, but my granddaddy had this friend, and her name was Monica, and she was in Mississippi, Tunica, Mississippi. And I think my granddad worked with her, and she was always willing to babysit me, and she would never charge. And when my mom would drop me off over there, she would she always made me walk on her back.
Oh wow!
And somebody was like, "Yo, I was probably like 7, 8, and I used to dread going over her house because I knew she was gonna make me walk on her back. She had a cat, hated that damn cat.
Was she a big back woman?
Yeah, she was a big back woman, and she would lay on the ground. She'd be like, "Up, you gotta walk on my back," and then I'd be over there just trying to keep my balance, walking on this big ass back. She was a nice lady. Nothing else seemed strange. Yeah. But then I was like, I just see it as free child labor.
I think it's more free child labor.
Somebody was like, yo, she had a, you know, niggas that just, people come up with anything. They go extreme. They was like, no, I think she had a foot fetish. She liked your little feet on her back. And I was like, no, it didn't seem like that.
Was I a victim? I don't think you were a victim necessarily.
I think she just had a bad back and she was just trying to get some free work. Yeah. Because, I went to an Asian parlor one time, the We Spa in Koreatown, and the lady, she actually gets up on the thing and they got a pole and she walks on your back. So that is a form of a massage.
People do that. No, I've had my back walked on before,
But just to babysit for free though, I was like, she really wanted her back walked on.
No, I wouldn't have someone else's child just walk on my back.
Your own child though.
Not even my own. Well, I don't know if my son has probably jumped on my back and wrestled me and like
that's
probably
wrestling.
Worked
that's
out,
playing.
but he still worked out a kink while I'm like,
that felt good.
Just get that, but nah, never would I ever have just random like that. That it is a little strange, and it's funny how as we grow older, we look back.
We don't even know shit be strange because
as a kid, that shit was weird as fuck.
Yeah, like why you babysitting for free?
Yeah.
And got me walking on your back, and you would feed me Sonics. You remember Sonics?
Sonics. Oh,
it was the place, where people would have skates, and then you pull up into the individual slide, and then they bring the food out.
Sonic
to you.
Is such a. I mean, there's not many Sonics in the world.
They still open though.
No, I know they're delicious.
Certain parts of the South.
When I find a Sonic, I just order extras. Like I order like a cheeseburger, like nuggets, everything they got.
Hot dogs, they got everything.
All the stuff, and they got some good.
Like a 7-Eleven.
Those frozen drinks, little cherry limeade,
the
slush drinks or whatever. I get those. But do you have to be able to skate? Because, like, what if you can't skate?
I think they stopped that, but back in the day, you used to have to skate.
Oh, they just walking up to your car now?
Yeah, they just walking up to the car. You like, hey, are you here to take the car or take my order, bro?
That's
depending on what neighborhood you in.
That's the gimmick. Like, without that, it ain't. I can go somewhere else.
Okay, bitch, I want you to skate.
Yeah, I don't need some of that. Maybe they need to make some place with like.
I want you to usher your way over here.
Do some work. Yes, the little sideways joint.
Yeah. Work for my food.
Yeah. But this is in Florida where the Sonic is?
Yes, and they still have Sonics in a couple places in the South. I remember one city I went on tour at. I believe it might have been like Memphis or something. They had a Sonic too.
Sonic is such an interesting place. And then you have, do they call it Checkers? Were you?
Oh yeah, but they got another name for Checkers
Rallies
too. Rallies. Yeah, Rallies. The seasoned fries are the best, especially when you were a kid. I remember we used to go to the one in Atlanta, Georgia, and most of my first cousins from my dad's side live in Atlanta. Okay. And so my cousins used to tell me it was deer meat. And so I'd be eating the burger, and they'd be like, you eating deer meat. You eating deer meat. And I used to be like, I'm about to get sick.
What?
And it wasn't even deer meat. It was human meat.
Oh. I was going to say, for deer meat, it's not that bad. But now I'm like, for human meat, it's not that bad.
It's not human meat.
Do you know that?
No, but do you believe that maybe in America that some places use human meat in the meat? You do?
Absolutely.
Why do you say absolutely?
Think of all the places you've eaten in life, right?
Yeah.
All the orange chicken.
How do they supply all of this
all
food?
the beef and broccoli. All the
Why
nuggets,
you only naming Asian
I'm
restaurants?
I'm going to other restaurants too. All the carne asada. All the the lamb shoulder.
Yeah, and so many people go missing a year. I believe we just eat them.
I'm serious, yo.
Everybody ain't being human trafficked.
Yeah, what movie did they have? Yeah. Somebody was it Hannibal? Yeah, Hannibal. Hannibal was feeding the dude, taking his brain out and feeding it to the guy in his face. The dude didn't even know he was eating his own brain.
Oh, now that's just a movie. That's sick.
But somebody had to think of that based on some kind of actual experience.
Because I feel like movies don't just come out of nowhere.
No.
Like, because if you notice, it'd be movies about the pandemic before the pandemic actually happened.
Yeah, they've been.
And then it'd be movies about aliens. I believe in aliens. And I believe they look weird. And I believe in mermaids. I just don't believe that they're beautiful. I believe that they're sirens.
So they look more like fish?
No, they look more like sirens, which is these little creatures, but they're still half fish, half like arms and like a little torso and a neck and
like
a
little
head.
Scaly situation.
Yeah, but
so
like
more
half
the creature
and half.
from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, but they're called sirens. They say that's where they cast the demons.
I thought the siren was the Starbucks woman. I thought that was a siren.
If so, yeah. But a mermaid's just, they're beautiful. I don't believe that they're beautiful, but you know, people around the world have really spotted sirens. And out of all the scientists in the world, they've only actually explored 10% of the ocean.
Oh yeah, this
10%. It's 90%. It's some shit down there.
Well, you see, some people have that little thing.
And that's
above
what I'm
their
saying.
ear,
Mermaids don't come out of nowhere.
And you see that little thing above people's ear?
What
some
thing?
Some people they say they have this little hole above their ear.
Yeah, I've seen that hole before.
That's a gill. They say it's like evolution, like that's a gill.
What does that mean?
That means that they was breathing underwater. Somewhere in their family's lineage, they was underwater being a fish. And they had this little hole.
I mean, babies swim in water for 9 months damn near. Yeah, they be in there cooking, just swimming.
Come out the thing and need oxygen.
Yeah, and then another thing too is that women give birth in the water.
Yeah.
So they have birth baths, and then you in the water, the baby come out and just be, and still breathing and everything, and then you take it out, and all of a sudden you put that baby back in the water, that baby dead.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, ain't it?
How do we make a technology where we can just
just be a baby?
Yeah.
But like have them baby lungs and.
Yeah, them baby lungs.
Them babies look normal as hell. They come out just.
Yeah. Can you swim?
I can survive.
But like you ain't.
Like I don't feel like I'm gonna drown. Like I could drown depending on the right circumstances. But I feel like I can swim for survival. Like I'm gonna protect myself to not like.
But it's not graceful. Like
not graceful. Not beautiful.
You doing doggy paddle?
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
whatever.
Yeah, in my mind I feel like that. I did see a man drown to death.
Damn.
I'm from South Florida. Me and my dad used to fish every single day. And white people, they adventurous. We saw a white guy out there surfing, and the water, the forecast showed, because you always can tell the current. You can look that up before you even go out there. The current was very strong.
Yeah, like signs posted or something?
Yeah. No, you can usually look it up. I don't remember I was a kid.
I don't even know how to like look at the measurement of that.
Now you can look it up on the internet. What's the current? Strong current, but it was always warnings. You knew that stuff, but they was out there because the waves was really high, but the current was strong, but the waves was high. So they was out there surfing. Young white guy, looked to be about in his 20s, long, shoulder length, sandy blonde hair, 6-pack ripped muscles, looked to be about, maybe 5'10", 5'11". We seen him drown to death. Nobody could help him because he had went and that current caught him, and we saw him fighting for his life. He'll come up, he was able to, and then he'll see, and then his body will dip down in that ocean again. And he just, because when you swimming against that current, it's like it's like if you took 10 steps, you 2 steps forward, you being pushed 10 steps back.
How do you even?
And people kept trying to throw him ropes and everything, but his body was too weak and he drowned. So then people calling the police and stuff.
What are you supposed to do? You just let your body just go limp and like float?
I guess you're supposed to fight for your life, but if that current is so strong, you can't fight for your life. And that happened to my dad's friend. He's actually on a documentary with me that I did on Amazon Prime called Inside Jokes.
Okay.
It's about it documented us going to Just for Laughs in Montreal Comedy Festival, being a new face. And so we went down to Florida and we visited my dad's friend. And a couple of years ago, he passed away. His name was Caesar, and he's from South Florida. He's known as a legend for fishing, Boynton Beach. And he was on his boat, and his son was on the boat with him. And one of his rods, they have it where some fish are strong enough or big enough, they can pull your whole fishing rod in the ocean. Because you sit them in a little stand and you wait till something bite it, then you pick it up and you reel it in. Well, this fish had pulled the thing. So he's done this 100 times where he'll jump in the water and get the rod and come back up. But this day, the current wasn't what he suspected underneath the water. What it looked like on the top wasn't what it was like on the bottom. And he drowned to death. And his son was on the boat.
Moving fast underneath or whatever?
Yeah, that shit is like a whirlwind.
It's fucking crazy.
Could have been the sirens.
That's crazy. That's like some girl, I can't remember.
That's so sad. He was such a good person. He looked good. He had a 6-pack. He was like close to 70. He looked great.
I think it's funny that
he only ate fish.
From that you say the 6-pack people like you feel
my
sad
joke
because you're losing all these people with 6-packs.
Yeah,
you know? But the ones without 6-packs, they can
their
rot.
fat ass is just floating.
But I'm sorry to hear that your dad's friend.
It was sad, but my point is that water is unpredictable.
It's so
weird, I
man.
don't mess with water. Yeah. Like I think in a pool I'll be okay. I can get out of a pool, but when the ocean, I don't go past them little. In South Florida, at least in most oceans, they got a little thing where they have balls that stick up in the ocean buoys to let you know how far out to go, because that shit can go from 5 feet and drop down to 70 feet. So they let you know how far you can go out. I'll never go past that buoy. Yeah, I'm not playing. I don't play with water like that. I don't play with water. I don't play with fire. I don't play with wind.
I saw something that was
wind can fuck you up too.
Wind can. They canceled the Lovers and Friends thing in Vegas because of wind.
Yeah, that wind is. And Vegas winds can get up to 70 miles per hour.
They were saying it was going to be 30, 35. I don't know what does 30, 35 miles per hour wind feel like.
That's still a lot. Imagine driving in the car. That's enough to kill somebody.
Yeah. I saw this thing on Instagram too. It showed like the depths of the water, and it showed like it was like going down and down, and it was showing like scalable items. I can't remember. It was some post, but it was showing scalable items, and it just kept going deeper. It showed like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Like, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
Yeah.
Then it showed like all these other tall things. Then it showed like a whole other state fitting inside underneath the ocean, which is like
that's crazy because people don't even know how deep the ocean is. And flat earthers, they believe that the ocean just really
is like a bowl.
Yeah,
underneath, like it's a bowl underneath with the lid. The lid is our Earth.
Some people believe that you come out on the other side or something
of the water.
So the water is so. Say if the United States was here and Africa was here, right? That's on the. Just say if it was a circle, right? Yeah. That's really on two opposite ends. They're saying that the depths of the water can take you from one end to the other end. You see what I'm saying? So if you go all the way to the depths of it, you're going to go all the way back up to the top on the other end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a bowl. Yeah.
But not like a bowl, because a bowl is still something keeping it inside. They're saying that you can just go through. It's like a tunnel.
Like a wormhole type of thing?
Yeah.
Damn. Which I also
like a tunnel.
I believe in wormholes.
Well, those are people that kind of believe in flat earth,
Yeah,
I don't know. That shit's scary.
I think it's interesting, the diagram I've seen.
Well, not even just flat earth. Some people believe that the earth just, is, you can go to the other end from.
Well, I saw one diagram. It showed flat earth. It showed a perimeter, and the whole perimeter is Antarctica. Like, it's actually, like, we think Antarctica is the southern hemisphere, but it's actually the outside perimeter of So no matter what direction you go, the outside perimeter is an ice crust.
But people with these conspiracy theories, if you've ever heard any, that shit be sounding so real the way these people explain it. Yeah. If you ever listen to people that do conspiracies on the internet, their stories are so compelling. It makes you rethink everything that you know.
I watched the flat earth thing.
It's just like,
I see what y'all talking about. It don't sound that crazy.
But here's another thing too. Another conspiracy, that they brought all these slaves from Africa to America. And that's one theory I don't believe. I don't believe that history. I believe that black people were already in America.
I've heard that before too.
Yeah. So when they came over here, the people were all already over here. That's how the people knew the land so well. You know how you could take a slave to the south. If they drop us off in Africa and was like, follow the star, I don't know which hell part of it. These people knew they knew the land. And it wasn't because they had ancestors had passed it. It was because they ancestors had passed it down because they had already knew the land. And then I seen old illustrations where they depicted like when Christopher Columbus came over here and the people were darker, and then over the years they made the people lighter and lighter and lighter. Because once they admit that black people were already in America pre Christopher Columbus, that's the day that they have to admit that the land is ours and they have to give it back to us. And I think they'll never do that. So they keep changing history. Because one day I thought about it. People was like, what about all the books with all the slaves that they brought over there? And it took 30 days for a boat to go to Africa, 30 days to come back. They stayed over there a couple of days, right? If you go, you know what I mean? If you go into Africa, you're not bringing slaves to the boat to one end. You're only bringing them back from one end. It just didn't add up with to bring 12 million people over here. That's a lot. And people's like, well, it's a lot of water. Imagine all them boats on the water. That shit, something's not adding up. The numbers not adding up to me. And I don't care what nobody say. And they say, well, they have the books and the records. They can falsify anything. We see that a lot. Then, shit, I know how to make a birth certificate change your date of birth.
Right. And then to be
that don't mean you was born in 1996, my boy. You was born in 1990. I just made you 6 years younger.
But also manipulating like that many people.
Yeah.
How can you can't manipulate like you telling me that many niggas was like, oh yeah, let's go with them. I mean, I know some fought and all that, but that's a lot of people to be bringing on boats. I
believe that they came over here and captured the people that were already over here.
If you see me run this way, you probably gonna run that way too, right? Yeah. You telling me there was 12 million people?
12 million people that they brought on a boat.
Seems like a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also they never speak about, even if you did get 12 million people, you really had to capture about 20 million, because most of the people, when you put them up under the boat, ocean sickness is really bad on boats. Yeah. I've seen people the only way to stop motion sickness is you have to lay on your back with your knees propped up like this on the ground, and then motion sickness is stopped immediately. Because what causes motion sickness is that it's something inside of your ear drum that tells you that you're being poisoned. And so when you're rocking like this, but your eyes visually don't see the water, or the water is too calm and it don't look calm, your brain is registering that, hey, we're moving really crazy on this boat, but what we see is not what the body is feeling. You're being poisoned. So that's what causes you to vomit. So a lot of those slaves, even in planes, you would die off your vomit. So it doesn't make sense. And then what about all the black people who said, I choose death? It's a passage that they wrote. Yeah. And it's people up under the water where they have these slaves that were chained up who said they chose death than to come to America. Yeah. They didn't know what it was going to be here. They chose death because of the way they were already being treated on the boat. So they chose death. So if you do all that number, did they really capture like 30 million people? It's just something about it innately. I don't believe the numbers add up. I think that blacks were already here because they say Musa Masa, which is the richest man who had ever lived, was a black man. Yeah. They said his brother had already traveled to the Americas. So the people had already set up shop. You're the richest man to ever live, richer than Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, everything. They said this man's kingdom was just nothing but pure gold. And they said his brother had already went to the Americas and set up shop. It's nothing. That only thing I think white people always had an advantage of us over was guns, gunpowder and guns. That's where they changed the games. That gun don't hold shit to it. That's why they say you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Yeah. And black people basically had spears. So that's the way they was really able to capture and kill and stuff like that. But boats and all that other shit, we was already high tech advanced on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why it's interesting. Have you watched the Planet of the Apes movies, the newer releases?
Yeah.
Have you watched them? Mm-hmm. It's interesting because it's almost like, I'm not trying to. I would never want to say black people are monkeys. You know what I mean?
Well, when you shave a monkey, it's white.
When you shave,
that's only the hair.
Well, it's just.
And if you look at the features are the lips, no lips.
But it's just interesting though, just what's happening in the series now. It's like now the apes are like, I think the new one, the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
The apes are now the dominant species, and humans can barely even speak English. They're like these little primitive creatures, and they're like, don't hurt the humans, almost. Like now it's come to that, which is insane.
And then another thing too, movies like Avatar, I feel like that it's really like life on Mars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that is actually, we're watching the images of them trying to go to another country to conquer. Another world.
Another world, like Pandora.
Yeah, to like conquer. I believe it's a lot of truth in movies.
Well, yeah, I mean,
this shit ain't just coming up out of thin air.
What about the moon? Like,
and then even the avatars look African, right? They changed the blue skin, but you got black people so dark in Africa and Seminole.
Those are Jamaicans.
Yeah,
the
braids,
Caribbean ones.
But also it's tribal too. It could be African as well, because you've seen people in Africa that's so dark that they skin from a distance looks blue. It like has a blue hue to it. So with that being said, I think it's so much truth. And the way they showed that the army and everything kind of went over there, colonized those people. This shit, we just seeing everything play out. They're really showing us history playing out like in a media form where we don't even think, we're blinded. But I believe in so many conspiracies. They say there's pyramids in America.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
But they said they don't let anybody get close to them.
Pyramids are so amazing. I'm so fascinated by them, and they do so much.
I want to go in one, but like not in there crazy.
The way they were built is so structurally. They were engineered to like to.
They saying aliens
transmitters.
Did it.
Yeah,
you think it's aliens?
I think there's a possibility for sure.
You don't think blacks built it? Because I mean, it wasn't lands that were predominantly black.
I don't know if blacks may have assisted.
So you think aliens came down and built that shit? And you know, I don't know a lot about the Bible because I didn't grow up Christian, but they always talked about too, like stuff like you know, the angels when they fell down to earth and they started having sex with women when God told them not to, that they created these giants.
Yeah, I've heard about the giants.
Yeah, so it's just like, yo, so did the giants build the pyramids?
I think it was aliens. I mean, the way, I don't know. It's
a lot of phenomena around the world,
perfect. There's so I've done so much.
Yeah, but I've also seen some shit too that was in like South America where they built the cities underground. And you can actually walk up to it and it's no way to get down from structurally. So how were the people living there? And it's crazy. It's crazy that all this shit happened.
King Kong and the Godzilla movie, the new one, the new Empire, they play with this idea that there's a whole Middle Earth area, like that, like I can't remember what they were calling it, but it's basically a whole ecosystem just inside the center of the Earth.
And so, what, people can live there?
They had these King Kong, like all these other creatures and all that living on the inside of our Earth. Like
I don't know why, I be believing in all that shit, but the only thing that would be skeptical about that, how would it get sun?
Well, if you think of the mantle inside, the core is so hot in the Earth's mantle that it serves as a sun inside the core of the Earth. So it's not. So we think of this the Earth as such a densely fine-tuned thing. But the way some think about it, it's like it's not so dense. It's like it's like it has layers. So within that, there's like another layer. Almost,
and it's like creatures
we
never
Christmas
seen
ornament,
down there.
Yeah, there's like another ornament inside that has a core.
I be believing all conspiracies, yo. They be so compelling. I'm just like, yo, I've listened and went down rabbit holes.
Oh, me too.
I love to learn that kind of stuff. I'm like, yo, this stuff, these people's stories are compelling because I believe that they only tell us what they want us to know. Because I don't know if you recently saw, but a video on TikTok, people had claimed that it was like an 8-foot alien that was walking around the mall down there in Miami. And they were like, no, it's just a bunch of kids. They was like, why would they send that many cops for a fight?
Yeah.
It was so many police officers and stuff like that. And they destroyed all evidence of it and everything. And then one guy who went on there, he was like, hey, y'all, I was just joking. But it seemed like he ain't been back on the internet.
I want to see an alien so bad.
I don't want to hang out with the nigga unless he cool. I don't know if I want to see him because, I don't like things I can't communicate with. That's why I don't pet people's dogs.
Oh, why? Because you don't trust it?
Because
you can't communicate?
Yeah, because they can't communicate. A dog could be cool. Yeah, a dog could be cool and not be cool. And then also I know with animals too. I knew this girl. She did not like Mexican people. I don't know why. It's crazy. My stepmother is Mexican. Cool person. Yeah. Great person. But she just didn't like that. Her dog didn't like Mexican people. Whenever her dog would see a Mexican person, it would get real
there's definitely some
agitated.
Racist dogs.
So I think that. Have you ever seen white people walking by a white person had a dog and it just hates your black skin?
Yeah.
I think because the owners, whatever the owners don't like, the dogs don't like.
The dog's saying no. That's what's that. Yeah. I've experienced that for sure.
And he's like, he don't act like this. I'm like, yeah, you don't be having him around black people all the time.
Well, there's some dogs that just don't like men. Have you seen that before?
So homophobic dogs.
Not homophobic. Like they don't like men. Like
the dog, they like the gender wars. Men ain't shit.
Men ain't shit. Exactly. I've experienced where I'm like,
that's crazy.
Because it's like I don't know. Sometimes I just think of it. Maybe it's because the bass in a man's voice, kind of maybe alarms some dogs. But if you notice, sometimes little small dogs are like scared of
what
men.
Oh, I could see that too. They little bitches.
Yeah.
But then also I seen this one guy, he was gay, his dog was gay. That's crazy.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Too. That's like a dog on South Park. Stan's dog was gay. Yeah. So I think they take on a lot with the owners. Yeah, and some of them be looking like
owners' energy.
Too. Are you? You're not an animal person though,
I hate for people to hurt animals. I would never stand for that. Like, if you try to hurt your animal, I'd be like, hey, don't do that. Like, that's not cool. Like, I don't ever want to see an animal hurt unless it's like a vicious pit bull that's like out of control. Shoot his ass, put him down. Yeah. Okay.
Old yellow.
Period. But if it's like little dogs and people jumping at them and making them feel scared, or like even a medium or a big dog that just got a good energy and it's just somebody's abusing. I don't like people to abuse animals or hurt animals, but because I'm no serial killer. Yeah. But I also don't fuck with animals like that. Yeah. Like I don't even want to date a guy who has dogs. Like, I be seeing some guys with pit bulls. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not dating you.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I'm that picky.
Like, I'm not a person. Well, I mean, I was allergic to a lot of dogs growing up.
You look like you was allergic to dogs.
I was definitely allergic to some dogs.
Why?
It was annoying. I don't know, man. Not all dogs. Some dogs. My high school ex-girlfriend, she had 9 dogs. Her family, they were breeding dogs.
Was she white?
And Korean. She was mixed.
Yeah, she had to be. Oh, breeding dogs. They was Korean. They might have been.
But they had no. It wasn't that type. She was adopted, so it wasn't. It was actually her mom was actually her adopted mother.
I didn't even say nothing. It's crazy. You just thought what you thought I thought.
Well, they had 9 dogs. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that. You know,
you said orange chicken earlier.
I was not talking about.
No, but for real, that's real. And I've seen that people can't even say, "Oh, that's mean. That's a stereotype." Because I seen a documentary where they literally go to a farmer's market and they got dogs skinned out there for people to eat.
There's people in the South and people that eat rats, that fry rats.
Well, my family eat possums.
Yeah, like that's
they eat possums.
It's not so far fetched. Yeah. It's become a stereotypical jab. Yeah, but it's like, hey,
but some people in that culture do eat dogs.
It's true. Like
people eat possums. Possums ain't nothing. What, the big ass rats? Maybe
possums are the one animal in this world that I hate.
Why?
Oh, they
got them claws too. They're very vicious, especially if they got rabies. Did you see that one video of that lady? She was fighting the possum today because they'll attack kids.
I try not to, but they scare me out. Well, one, because their babies all hang on their backs. They also are able to hang upside down, and when they're in danger, when they're scared, they faint. They pretend to die. They pretend to faint.
Oh, for real?
So a possum might be like this. Start opening his eye. Coast is clear, and come back up and roll out. Like they're gross creatures.
What? Gross. And then they be just in the trash can like they got hands.
Yeah, raccoons, they don't bother me as much, but possums, and their possums just look like, when you really, I sit back, I'm like, God, I understand a lot of animals, how they help the environment, the ecosystem. What the fuck do possums do?
What
do they do?
Just skunks. I don't
keep people inside at night. You know what I mean? Are they curfew critters? Like
curfew. Hey, you better stop cheating on your wife.
Yeah.
Stop cheating on your wife. I'm a possum. I got my claws on you.
That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna say they're curfew critters, yo. I just blew my own mind. That's what they're for. That's what their purpose is. Yeah. Keep niggas in at night. Yeah. Raccoons.
Yeah, keep you safe.
Because everything is kind of creepy. Like the bats, the raccoons, the possums, they come out at night.
Yeah, owls. I wish we had the power of owls to just be able to turn our head all the way around like that.
Oh, have you seen an owl skeleton?
Like dead?
Oh, let me show you that, yo. You gotta see the
what?
Owl.
No, I never see that. But if I had the power, oh my God, nobody would ever talk shit behind my back. Because you can't say, like, you be like, yo, if we could have characteristics from every single.
That's what an owl really looks like.
Oh my God, an owl just basically look like a chicken.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? All that is just fur and meat.
Oh, hell no.
They really.
But it's amazing how that neck, the formation of their neck around. Can actually turn into 360.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had that. Would you want? If you could have any characteristics of any animal, what would it be? It'd probably be an owl for me to be able to turn. Well, I like to fly too.
I want to fly, yo. I think flight is.
But would you want to walk around with wings all the time, or would you want the wings to retract back in your back, kind of like Wolverine? How he his shit come out of his skin.
Well, you could have said Archangel. Archangel's an X-Men that had the wings that came.
Oh, but you could just tell I don't know all the.
Yeah, X-Men. You just said an X-Man that you knew. You probably called him X-Man. What X-Man is your favorite?
And it's called X-Men.
Yeah, it's X-Men, but you type people to call.
I was like, man.
Who's your favorite X-Man? Is it Wolverine, man? Nah, but
okay, now you got jokes.
I would want to be a blue whale is my favorite animal.
Which one is that?
The blue whale is the biggest animal.
Yeah, but
why? I just think they're just so amazing. You know, they're the biggest thing in the world. They're one of the smartest creatures. People don't know about them. They're mammals. They're mammals too. They got the biggest dicks.
Oh my God.
Like, who's topping that? Like, the only other person that could top my dick is another blue whale. You know what I mean? Like, I won the competition. I'm coming in like, yo, I'm a blue whale. It's good. Like, I've already won.
You got the biggest dick in the ocean.
There ain't gonna be no other whales saying,
dick
shut up, you little dick nigga. Like, it's still bigger than all the other creatures.
All right, dolphin. Look at this. My dick will beat a dolphin up.
It really don't. But like they're amazing though. Like you can swim through their veins. They're like some of their veins, their arteries are big enough that humans can swim through.
How do humans even know that?
They're just amazing creatures.
And the veins have blood pumping through. So why would you swim through it?
I'm just saying they're big enough to swim through.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like if you feasibly went, like I think you could fit yourself in their blowhole.
Yeah, and they say like even if you go and if they like that, you may not die. You can
survive.
Out. Yeah.
You can survive. They hold you in there, and I think they are very sentient and know like what's going on.
Like, they be getting all the whale coochie down there.
Hell yeah, they beating that whale coochie up. They killer shark in that. They're killer whale in that shit. You know, they orca in that thing, man.
Yo,
they're getting that orca pussy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hell yeah, giving them orgasms.
But wouldn't they orca pussy be big? Would it be throwing a hot dog down a hallway? Nah,
but not as big as a blue whale pussy. That blue whale pussy is huge.
Yeah.
That thing is hello. Go. This nigga in there. Help! I've been in here for 4 years. Help! Is anyone out there? There.
She still doesn't feel anything.
Yeah. So I want to be a whale. I think it's interesting too. Like when they mate, nobody really knows exactly what their mating patterns are. So they have a little bit of privacy. That's what I like about them too. Like people don't just be having sex tapes.
Yeah,
of blue whales.
Yo, people really do be having sex tapes of animals.
Of everyone, every animal got a sex tape that's been leaked. Leaked sex tape.
These animals are freaky, bro.
Well, they got no privacy because of us.
Yeah.
Blue whales was like, hey man, we trying to, hey, come on now, man, give me some goddamn me and my wife.
You keep playing with me, you going in my blowhole.
Yeah, exactly. So man,
damn, animals do be having sex tapes. They don't want that.
Everyone, they didn't ask for it. I got 3 videos of rhinos fucking on my phone right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they don't deserve their privacy leaked out like that.
I barely had to look hard.
How did you get that? Why do you have 3 videos though? We need to talk about that.
Well, no, I use it in
That's
clips.
scary.
I'm kidding. It's one video. It's one video.
3. I heard 3.
I said 3 to be funny, but it's just one. It's just one rhino fucking video.
How often do you look at it?
When times are slow and lonely.
Oh!
I'm kidding. I'm joking. I have it at the end of 2 of my skits. I did one thing with Spirit Airlines with what the terminal looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at a fight in one area, then I show another airport, and then I look at another part of the airport, and you just see the 2 rhinos fucking. So I just use it as a random clip to sometimes put in my sketches. It's so randomly and funny. But
I ain't laughed once.
You haven't seen the video.
Oh, okay.
I gotta show you the video. Do you want me to show you the video?
No.
Okay.
I think I can live the rest of my life not seeing 2
want me to
rhinos.
Describe it to you. So the male mounts the female, and his thing is like it's almost like literally like an arm, and because it's not just like it's going out like that. It's like he's using it underneath, and he's like,
so it got a little bend.
It's got a bend. It's got an elbow. His dick got an elbow. So he's kind of like hitting that thing and giving her a little extra curve. You know, I wouldn't mind having a rhino dick. If I give a lady little extra curve.
Oh my God.
That's not a bad
So
one,
what
man.
is the rhino female? What kind of noises is she making?
She looked like she was unimpressed. She looks like she was not really...
but see, I think animals really truly show the emotions. I think animals truly show the emotions of women during sex. 99.9% of the time, we are unimpressed.
Wait.
But because we are humans, we make noises for your male ego.
No.
Because we want things like our rent paid, our gas in our car, children. So we actually feed into your male ego. But if you watch a lion have sex with a lioness, she's unimpressed. If you watch rhinos have sex, they're unimpressed. If you watch bears have sex, they're unimpressed. If you watch dogs have sex, the women are always unimpressed. And that is the true emotions of women. I'm unimpressed. I don't really have nobody. Just
you don't make any sounds when you're having sex?
I do it for the male ego.
You've never just been slipped into a real orgasm?
No. The circle of life tells all the secrets. That's all you need to know.
Well, only us and dolphins, and I think maybe whales are the only ones that actually have sex for pleasure.
Oh, dolphins?
Yeah, dolphins
actually try to hump.
A dolphin
humans.
will fuck you. Yeah, a dolphin will
get some of that booty.
They will get that thing.
They don't care if you male or female. Yeah, they want them buns.
I saw a video of some white lady. That dolphin was tearing that thing up.
Yeah, they had to get him up off of it. They had to push him, and they slimy, so you keep slipping.
He couldn't. He was getting
and they always be like, I'm like, yo, girl, you was just a victim, my girl.
Yeah. I mean, that's a crazy type of...
File a police report.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be insensitive to to people that have been raped by dolphins. But it's also, like, kind of hilarious to get raped by a dolphin.
Yeah.
You know?
That's scary, too.
It's scary as hell. The ocean's a scary place.
The ocean is so scary, yo.
Ocean's a wild place.
Yeah.
Things happening, man.
I'm staying in front of what they call?
On land?
What they call the things, the balls out in the ocean?
Oh, on the buoys.
I'm staying.
You're staying on a buoy?
On the buoys.
Yeah, buoys are safe.
Buoys and back towards land. That's it. Anything farther out there, I do not want dolphin ding-a-ling.
Well, if you were an animal, which one? You said you would be.
If I was an animal, which one would I be?
Yeah.
A human.
All right, that's not fair. You can't be a human. You got to be an animal. At least give me a category: a reptile, a bird.
Okay, I could be like a Pomeranian, but I would
like a dog, a little dog?
Yeah, with a white family.
Okay, so
a white family that really loves
only
dogs.
Condition that you got to be with.
Not a white family that loves dogs so much that they'll have sex with me. Yeah. But the fact that they'll just like care for me, kiss me in the mouth and let me eat off their plate. Yeah.
But you
don't
take
me everywhere, put me in clothes, put me in a little doggy bag.
But do you still have your personality as that Pomeranian? Because I don't think you'd fare well in that situation.
I what?
I don't think you'd fare well in that situation. I think you'd rather be with a nice, well-to-do black family.
No, black families are not the best.
But you would hear all their secrets. You'd hear them talking about black people, this white family. You don't think
so
you
what? I don't like niggas either.
But you're still a nigga dog, though.
They don't have to know me. Shit. Call me Uncle Ruckus. You feel me? Shoot.
Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom of dogs.
Yeah, the Uncle Tom of dog. Remember that skit with Dave Chappelle where he was a part of the Ku Klux Klan and he ain't even know it? That just be me. I'll be Clayton
white
Bisbee.
Supremacist.
Yeah, I'll be Clayton Bisbee. That's what I'll be.
The one saying,
yeah. The whole time I'm black on the inside. They don't even know. But my fur be white. You feel me?
Depends, yeah.
Unless they dye me pink.
They gonna dye you pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like your lipstick. They probably dye it, give it the same shade or whatever.
They be doing that. Yeah. But shit, I be living my best life.
What animal do I look like? If I were to turn into an animal, what do you think I would turn into? I don't care what you say.
What? I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't see an animal right now.
I think everyone kind of looks like they could turn into some kind of animal. Like
what animal do I look like I could turn into?
I would say, let me see. I'd say maybe like either a giraffe or...
Because I got a long ass neck.
Part of it, yeah.
You can't come into my little studio and talk shit
I'm not roasting.
Me.
I'm saying if you were the animal...
It sounds like you trying to roast.
Giraffes are pleasant creatures. I think they're elegant, you know what I mean? You still would have your height. Just imagine you with your hair and everything and you still a giraffe. I think you'd be kind of fly as a giraffe. Your name would be Daphnique.
You know what
Daphnique Springs.
You know what I see you? I see you as a hyena.
A hyena laughing like, I would be
Yeah.
I'm
not
mad at that.
King?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hyena's ruthless though. You're not ruthless, but you'll probably be a nice hyena that they gotta toughen up. You'll get bullied.
I would probably get a little bullied.
By the other hyenas. Yeah, that's like,
But I'd be actually the hyena cracking real jokes. Niggas would love to hang out.
Yeah, they'll like you. Yeah,
they would like me.
You always fit in when you got good jokes. You right. You're a good writer. So yeah,
Daphnique Springs. That deserves more credit, yo. Daphnique. Yo, that's a funny ass.
It sounds like it's time to wrap it up.
Yo,
y'all.
That's a good one, yo. I'm gonna send you an image of you if you were a giraffe. And I'll make me as a hyena.
You want me to block you from my phone?
You can't block me. You won't laugh at it. It'll be a funny little image. You know, I'm good with Photoshop.
I'm not gonna laugh.
I'll make you look elegant.
I'm hella sensitive.
I'll even give you pink spots. Like pink little, you know what I mean?
Why do you have so much time on your hands?
Because we just wrapped our show recently.
Oh, okay.
So I need things to do. That's why I'm here.
I forgot to say it. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Unapologetically Daphnique podcast. Yeah. And this is your girl, Daphnique Springs. Today's guest is Brandon Broady.
Yeah.
The hyena.
Yeah. Daphnique Springs. Or should I say Giraffenique Springs?
Tell them where they can find you, Brandon.
You guys can find me on the internet at Broady the Joker, Broady the Joker. That's on all social media platforms. And take a look to see what town I'm coming near you to perform.
Yeah, we be on these roads. And y'all know me, I'm Daphnique Springs. And I'm always coming to a city near you. So go ahead and check out my website, www.imdsprings.com. And make sure you check out my comedy special.
Yes. Oh,
Daphnique Springs, single female, out on YouTube.
Mine's coming too.
Oh, tell them about it.
Light Skin Dark Secrets dropping very soon.
Hey.
See me live, share, like, comment.